they're all different. Everybody's different. And from what I had read and learned, some recover and some don't. And at this point, we didn't know. He was he was really out of it. His brain was scrambled. And so, but we took him home after a week and a half. And even then, though, he was living on the island. We were in North Van. He stayed home because it was just before Christmas. And we sent him back home, well, about a week into January, and there was no way. He ended up coming right back home again. He couldn't be on his own. So I was beginning to learn that the brain had actually been damaged by this break. And it was going to take antipsychotic drugs and time and safety and a strong family and EPI combined. Took 3.5 years to get him to where he's at now, and he's, you know, in a good spot now.
Now, I'm guessing at that time you didn't know that those were essential ingredients into his recovery.
It was all brand new to me. Yeah, it was. And but I learned as we went along and became very, very impressed with EPI. Like, it was amazing. He's had amazing help every place we've lived. So that's one component. A second component is the family. And even back in the first year before he had the break, when I knew, I was hearing from other people, there's something wrong with Michael. And some of the things he said to me, I don't know how I managed to just ignore it or pretend it was not anything. It was pretty extreme, some of it. And given all that time, you know, through that whole year, I knew that for him to get better, I was going to have to basically, I don't know how to put it, but dissipate the people he'd created in his head that were giving him the kind of support and comfort he was needing to get through his days. They were going to have to die, and he wasn't going to be very happy with whoever did that.
Are you referring to things like auditory hallucinations and delusions?
He had spirits, famous people. He was communicating. I mean, it was crazy. And I ignored it all, or at least I dealt with it on an ongoing daily basis, looking for an opening to safely get him help. Because the last thing he needed was to alienate from his family or his mom. At this point, it was me. I didn't talk to the family about it. So when he had that break, I was so relieved, because it was them that did it, not me. Because the family component is vital. The other third part is him. He had to believe he could get better. So it was a matter of convincing him that and he was good. He worked hard and he did what he was supposed to do.
And even so had 4 episodes in a short period of time. Yeah, the
psychiatrist, the really good one he had in Port Alberta, he referred to them as aftershocks. He said, and told Michael that to expect them. And I noticed too, one of the things that would happen is he was afraid. Every time there was even a slight hint that there might be any kind of psychosis, he panicked. And the fear, he had to learn to get over that fear. It took time, but eventually, when he learned, really his first go-to thought was, I'm not having a break, I'm just having an aftershock. Yeah, he got stronger. And so the third part of that all is himself. He had to believe he would get better. Yeah. And so he has, over time.